It's June 18th, 2021, and we're trackside along a short line that almost nobody seems to care about. On this hot summer afternoon, we followed the Chattooga and Chickamauga Railway from the Chickamauga battlefield to the Norfolk-Southern Interchange in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Although a successful G&W short line, this former Central of Georgia railroad is better known for hosting the Steam to Somerville excursion trains by the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. Every year, rail fans flock from all over the United States to document steam locomotives 4501 and 630 on all-day fan trips through North Georgia. Sometimes they even run double headers. In 2021, a bridge on this line in Tennessee was condemned to passenger trains by Norfolk Southern. This means that TVRM can't operate excursions on this line until it's either repaired or replaced, so there's no telling when steam will return to Somerville. In the meantime, rail fans will have to settle for the corporately painted locomotives of the CNC. After catching the train twice as it continued north, we found it stopped by the Circle K gas station at McFarland Gap. Here, the crew stopped to inspect a small wildfire that was ablaze along the right-of-way. After filling our gas tank, we set up along McFarland Avenue to watch the two Jeeps roll through the hilly terrain into Rossville, Georgia. Just over the Tennessee state line, we caught up with the train crew as they prepared to set out cars for Norfolk Southern. At the throttle is engineer and fellow rail fan Tom Foden, who knows this line like the back of his hand. Today, Tom and his crewmates will exchange cars with Norfolk Southern train AC01 in what might be the fastest interchange we've ever seen.
How y'all doing? Good, good.
Within 5 minutes of the CNC's arrival at the interchange point, train AC01 arrived with inbound cars for the short line. Powering the local on this welded rail industrial branch was Admiral Cab SD40-2, number 3271. The former Southern Railway high hood was running over home rails, albeit far removed from its original special duty assignments on mainline trains. The locomotive will pull the cars just beyond the switch so that the CNC crew can grab the hoppers and go. This entire interchange took place in under 5 minutes. With the C&C heading south, we return to the Circle K to watch the train ascend the grade at McFarland Gap. This line has a lot of hills, but this one is probably the steepest. Not only do the steam locomotives sound good climbing the grade, so do the diesels. Listen closely as they cross the former Central of Georgia overpass. Further down the line, the train descends the grade along Lytle Road, providing rail fans like us with the perfect vantage point for pacing shots. We followed the two EMDs for about a mile as the train approached the Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park. Locomotive number 2171 is a former Southern Railway GP38-2 that arrived on the property in 2020 after receiving a nose job. It's one of several such units that were sent to replace the railroad's aging first-generation motive power. The now trailing unit, number 1700, is a former Milwaukee Road GP9 that was built in June of 1959. It was reassigned to the C&C from another G&W property in West Tennessee several years ago and continues to pull freight into 2021. Although the veteran Jeep will likely soon be retired in the coming months. As the train continues south, it parallels the Chickamauga battlefield, where one of the bloodiest battles of the American Civil War was fought in September of 1863. Over 35,000 men lost their lives in the Battle of Chickamauga, with the Confederates claiming victory over the Union. Many of the dead were eventually buried in the Chattanooga National Cemetery not long after. Today, the former battlefield is now a recreational park with many monuments standing to tell the story of the battle. Chickamauga, Georgia is only a few miles south of the battlefield. The Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum also operates day trips from East Chattanooga to the quaint southern city, where passengers are given time to shop and dine while the train crew prepares to turn the train. We highly recommend Los Patros Mexican restaurant. It's fantastic. Chickamauga is also where the CNC stores rail cars, with several tracks giving them room to keep hoppers for customers on demand. The Central of Georgia Railroad Depot was built in 1890 and is now home to the Walker County Regional Heritage and Train Museum. It's also where TVRM passengers are let off the train for exploration of the town. South of Chickamauga is the hamlet known as Rock Spring. This tiny town is home to one of the most famous railfan photo line locations along the entire branch line. Here, trains wind through an S-curve as they pass by a small wooden home that was built near the turn of the 20th century. Rock Spring would be the last location we caught the southbound freight train, with the crew tying down the locomotives about a mile down the line for the weekend. On Monday, they will resume their work, serving several other customers on the south end of the line. Thank you for watching Delay in Block Productions. We hope you enjoyed learning about this lesser-known G&W short line that nobody seems to care about. Until next time, happy railroading.